Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians, and Merry Christmas to everyone. I am Joe Bachman. I'm going to be hosting Nevermind the Furthermore this morning. As Nick always says, we got to start off by paying the bills, which you can find all of his links on IndieCD.org. That's the Independent Creator Directory. His link is indiecd.org/about-Nick-Tockert. Or Nicholas Tockert. I gotta look that up. I should know that, seeing as I'm the one that runs the site. But if you go under authors, look for Nick Tockert. You can get links to all his books, including The Simple Sword, The Fighting Axe, The Simple Spear, Through the Thinning Veil, and also his games, Big Stompy Robots, the Big Stompy Robots book, and his latest one that he released called Melee. So it's Christmas, and this is the first Christmas that I really haven't had much to do on Christmas morning. I did get up and cook breakfast for the wife. Did the traditional French toast using King's Hawaiian bread, which if you have never done that, I highly recommend it. It's good if you. It's good as the. If you find the bread loaf, they actually have loaves of King's Hawaiian bread now that's sliced like regular bread. But the original way we started doing it was getting the round loaf that you would use for like spinach dip. You see that a lot in the stores paired with a spinach dip. You can cut that up into slices and make them as thick or as thin as you like. But you make up your egg wash like you normally would, a little bit of vanilla in there, and oh god, is it good. And then of course had to make up some bacon, which I've got the battle wounds of fried bacon all over me. And including somehow it managed to pop and hit my bottom lip, and I was standing probably about 5 feet from the damn pan. So with that, with it being the holidays and the season of giving and everything else, be sure to everybody put your links in the comments as always. we want to make sure that you guys get the exposure that you deserve, because a lot of you have done so much good for the independent community, and you continue to do good for the independent community. We want to make sure that you get taken care of also. Just as a side note, the Independent Creator Directory is still $5 to sign up. That is going on through January 1st. Now, I have it set to end January 1st. I don't know if the way this system works, if it's going to run all of January 1st, or if it's going to cut it off at midnight. So I would highly suggest, if you haven't signed up for IndieCD.org, do so by New Year's Eve, just to be on the safe side, so you get in at that $5 price. And also, the price does go up after the new year to $40. So get in while it's still $5. With that, we're gonna play the quick little ad here for IndieCD, and then we're gonna get into your comments. All right, and yeah, that's a new ad that I did. I got tired of hearing my own voice. And here in about a week, I'm gonna have to redo it again anyway, so that this doesn't show the $5 thing. But accountability, something that Nick also normally does before he gets into the comments. We do have 2 more new members to IndieCD. Well, one more new member that just signed up, I should say. Foxy, who is with Bladed Thesis. You guys have seen him here in the chat occasionally, and he's more known on the Historical Fencing Guild on Friday nights with Nick. But Foxy just recently signed up. She's got a DeviantArt page that she's setting up. So we're going to have her links on there. Tonight, we have the profile for Kelly Guttner being set up, and I got all of her information. I have gotten in touch with Omniversal. He's going to be sending me his information after the holidays here. So probably next Monday we'll be doing another Behind the Code with 1 or 2 profiles to be set up. And then Wednesday night we should have a Burning is Love. I just got to figure out what piece I'm doing and what size. I need to go through my wood pile back there. But with that, let's go ahead and get into the comments here. Starting off first through the door this morning is Dawn. Good morning, Dawn. I hope you're having a Merry Christmas. Dawn says, Merry Christmas. Am I first? It's a Christmas miracle, Charlie Brown. Yep, you were first through the door, unless you count the StreamYard that is always there no matter what. But you are the first live person through the door. And we have greetings from Carl. Good morning, Carl. I hope you're doing well. He's saying good morning to Dawn. Dawn saying good morning back, and Carl says I was here waiting, but I wanted you or Donna to be first to post. So you guys know normally for any of my streams I am on like half an hour, 15 minutes at least before the start of a stream so that I can make sure everything's set up, everything's good. Especially when I'm doing one of Nick's streams because I have to find how he's got his stuff listed and where it's all hidden at. Yeah, I came rolling in about 3 minutes till. Um, as I was getting ready to hit go live, I still had stuff loading on the computer, like Microsoft Teams had came up right before I was hitting go live. So, I got into the studio just a touch late this morning. But yeah, normally I would be here quite early, and yeah, not this morning. I blame it on the bacon. To be honest, I ate a lot of bacon. I like my bacon crispy, and yeah, this was just this side of being on the dark side, looking like Darth Vader. But that's the way I like bacon. Anyway, uh, Carl says I hear that you were up to the wee hours last night. Oh yes, we did have an impromptu red and green room for the Christmas holiday last night. And had pretty good turnout there. I know at one point when I was in there was at least 9 of us because we had like kind of the Brady Bunch layout going on. Dawn says I was in bed around midnight, I think. What time did Ted get done playing with his Legos is the real question. Pardon me as I take a quick sip here. Carl says I have Kiddo in my window right now looking out at her old domain. I feel badly that she misses it, but she's warm and safe now. I hope I did right by her. I'm sure you did, Carl. As anybody knows, winters in Indiana and Illinois can be brutal. At least this way, she is warm, she is safe, she is not having to try and scavenge for food, not having to try and fight for a warm place to sleep. So, you definitely did right by her by bringing her in, and kind of like how we feel we did right by Hobo to bring him in from the park. And my glasses are really reflective today. Holy cow, I've got the whole anime thing going on here. Carl says, oh good, you're resting just a little after me then. And Don says, you did, Carl. She'll just need a long adjustment time, yeah. Hobo, these last few days, Hobo has really kind of came out of his shell, so to speak. And we've had him since a couple days after the Halloween event at the park ended. Was when we ended up getting him. But these last couple days, like he actually, when I was gaming last night, my computer tower over here, over on this side, has a glass side to it that I can see a reflection in. And as I was gaming last night, I saw something walk past out of the corner of my eye. Now, being in a basement and knowing there is nobody else down here, that tends to send off a few alarms. And I quickly looked over, caught the tail in the reflection, and when I looked over this way, Hobo was behind me. Very rarely does he come down here without my wife being down here. But he was also yesterday. He was hopping up on the stand that we have our living room TV on, and walking across that and sitting down and staring at his little brothers, the two rats that we have, Ivan and Toffee. And, he's taking more of an interest in them. He's still not trying to attack him or anything. He just sits back and watches. And then this morning, he actually, because normally he'll lay on my wife, this morning he actually climbed on my back and started to purr. Which I don't know if this is true for all Siamese, but good Lord, does he have a little motor going? I mean, it's like a little mini motorboat just chugging right along. And Carl says, thanks, that makes me feel better. Hate to take away her freedom and the lands that she knew, but I don't think she would have too many winters left out there having kittens every year, etc. Yeah, that would take a toll on her body. And yes, definitely time for her to retire too, like you. And next to the door, we got Kelly. Good morning, Kelly. Merry Christmas. Kelly says, Merry Christmas, friends. I hope everyone is having a great day so far. I can't stay, but just want to wish all of you well. I'm serving dinner at the homeless battered women's shelter. Bye for now. That is a very great and honorable thing, Kelly. I hope that you have a very Merry Christmas and that the holidays for those that you're about to serve gets even better and brighter with you being there. And Dawn says, yep, exactly. She'll understand that she's in a much better place. No searching for food or shelter. She's going to love it once she gets it. Yeah. And that's the thing is with Hobo, I think the big thing with Hobo has been, I'm assuming that whatever house he was in before, the male of the house abused him. Because he is very leery around me sometimes. Not all the time, but normally, like if I'm walking by him, he'll kind of track where my right foot is. And then there's times that I can just step right over him and keep on going and everything's fine. Then there's other times I don't know if my cadence is a little different, but I'll go to take that step over him and he just darts. So yeah, once she gets it, she'll know that she's definitely in a better place. And Carl's saying, Merry Christmas to Kelly. And we got good morning from Dawn to Kelly. You are a rock star. Yes, she is. And Carl says, you're so kind, Kelly. Yes, that is a kindness that is not seen as often as it should be anymore. Carl says, sometimes I think that I should volunteer somewhere, but all those years in social service wore me down. Not sure that I could take any more. I'll just donate when I can. Yeah, you served your time, Carl. Because I have a feeling that if you got into an environment like that, the old habits would automatically kick in and you'd no longer be in retirement and Donna would probably kill you. Dawn says, I miss the animal shelter, but I can't physically do it anymore. And there were a few very toxic people. So that is always in the back of my mind. And Carl says, yeah, someone always has to ruin it. Yeah, there's toxic people everywhere, which is sad, especially in places like that where you're trying to do good and trying to bring joy not just to people's lives but animals' lives. Animals, I don't care what anybody says, animals have feelings no different than us. And Carl says, I always think that it's because it's the only power that they think they have to ruin someone's day. Yeah. Some people tend to get a power trip on that. And Carl says, on a thread on Facebook, we were discussing one-star reviews. I think that sometimes people think the writer or artist is getting too big for his or her britches, time to humble them, and thus the 1 star. That very well could be. that, I mean, I could definitely see some people doing that, or I also think that some of those 1-star reviews could be out of jealousy, you know, that this person is getting big and, you know, they feel that maybe they don't deserve it. And this little fly that keeps flying around me is going to get it at some point today. There may not be an epic battle like there was with Nick in the chair, but me and this fly are about to go rounds. I don't know where he came from, but he's going to go back to wherever he came from. But back to the topic here. I've never, even on product reviews, or app reviews for that matter, for mobile apps, I don't think I've ever given a 1-star review. You know, there's always been something good about something to warrant at least a 2-star or better. But yeah, I can definitely see that, you know, someone thinking that someone needs to be humbled. I can see them just doing a 1-star review. And we have Donna here this morning. Good morning, Donna. I hope you're having a Merry Christmas also. Hope you and Carl get to enjoy a nice Thanksgiving. Wow. And we're now going to switch to the Mountain Dew so I have a little more caffeine in me. Let's try this one more time. We are not sponsored by PepsiCo at all, but we also wouldn't turn down their money. I hope you and Carl have a great Christmas lunch together today. And we have greetings from Carl and Dawn. And we're about 20 minutes in. Let's go ahead and run a quick ad. And we will be back here in a minute. Good Lord, he has so much more on here than I do. Who do I want to play? You know what? I don't think this one has been played in a while. And that was the ad for Amy Hale. You can find her stuff at authoramyhale.com, or you can find her links also on IndieCD. IndieCD.org, that is. And back into the comments we go. Carl says, watching the rudest Christmas song ever on YouTube. It fits in with this topic of people spoiling things in a rude way. And we're just going to pull up a second screen here. And we're going to do a quick search for that because that's, pardon me, going to get watched after this show. Oh, it even comes with a not safe for work tag. Yes, that'll be good. And Don says 1-star review for that. There are definitely other ways to shrink an oversized ego. That is true. And Carl says, well, and how does it hurt the person doing the review? How does another's ego bother them? But I think some people revel in bursting someone else's balloon. Yes. You are correct, Carl. That is most likely two egos kind of clashing at that point. If I'm reading into what you're saying correctly, at least. Carl says, and if you really need to do a 1-star review, leave them some feedback on why you did it, like your spelling was atrocious and the formatting was not right or something. Yeah, if you're giving a 1-star review, or anything less than 5 stars, and even a 5-star review should have something with it. It should have something of, hey, the plot was great, the characters were well developed, things of that nature. So that way people know that you actually read the book. But even leaving a 1-star review, it almost should make it a required a requirement to fill out the comment box at that point. And maybe anything less than a 5-star review should be required to have, some explanation put with it, and, do it in tiers of, if you're leaving a 4-star review, you got to leave at least a 20-word explanation, or, whereas if you'd left like a 1-star review, it's got to be, at least 100 words, as to why this deserved a 1-star review. That way it's not just people trying to, ruin somebody else's day by just flat out giving them a 1-star when maybe they don't need it. Maybe the book is actually good. And Don says, quit making me think this early in the morning. Yeah, it is early for a holiday. Hobo actually let us sleep until 7 o'clock this morning, which was a little weird, but it's also kind of nice, too. Carl says, showtime. Yep, it was showtime. Already a half hour into the show almost. And Carl says, okay, Don, sorry. And Don says, saved by Saint Unnick, known as Joey Be Good. And Don says he's nasty about that sort of thing, Don. He does it to me too. Tries to talk to me and everything. Yeah. You never want to make people think this early in the morning unless they've had their coffee or whatever caffeine substitutes they are allowed to use to get the fires, the fires in the brain stoked and going. And Carl says, no. Known. Yeah, I had to look down at the keyboard for a second to see where the keys were to figure out what she had actually meant there for a second. And Don says, geez, Carl's on one today, isn't he? And we have greetings to me. Good morning again, Donna. And Carl's making me feel like my Facebook profile pic today. And we got greetings from Dawn, and she's correcting herself again. And Carl says, Lulu is giving 15% off this week with code WRAPPING15. So, folks, I know we have a couple people on here that do publish through Lulu. Carl and Donna both do. You can find their links on IndieCD.org. Go to the authors category, and those links will take you directly to the books that they sell. And Carl says, thanks for doing this show. Not a problem. I always like to do stuff like this. Even though I am nervous to do Nick's show most of the time, I feel that I'm getting better at it, and it's one of those things you just kind of have to work at. So Don says, ooh, that sounds freaking divine. I'm guessing you're talking about the French toast using King's Hawaiian bread. Yeah, it is divine. It really is. Oh. I got 2 more pieces still sitting up there with some bacon from when I'm done. Carl goes over to find Dawn's Facebook pic. Irked that piggy off, didn't you? Well, so I found the best way to cook the bacon to the way I like it, which, like I said, I like it nice and crispy. I don't like limpy bacon where you're trying to take a bite of it and you're having to do like beef jerky where you're just kind of ripping it. Um, I like my bacon crisp, and I found that as long as I cook it to where it stops sizzling, that I know it's done. And Carl says, "Ouch, Joe, on the cooking injury." Yeah, um, like I said, I'm not sure how it managed to get me that far away, but it did, and some choice words were most definitely said. Words that shall not be said here. Um, and there are even words that would probably make some people of the green room blush. But then I quickly remembered that my mother had a little thing that she used to put on top of the skillet. It's kind of a little mesh thing that would help catch the grease, and I quickly reached over for that and put that on top of there. And Carl says, "Rockin' music on that ad." Thank you. Yeah, that I just created that yesterday. I Microsoft Clipchamp. I have just fallen in love with creating video ads on. So yeah, I'm definitely liking that, and uh, even have a few things planned to try and maybe do for some other people too. So uh, Don says, "Nice ad, Joey. Thank you." And we have Mike Jimmy here. Good morning, Mike Jimmy. Merry Christmas, bud. I hope you're having a great day. Um, Merry Christmas also to your wife and beautiful child on this special holiday. I hope that everybody is doing well over there. And Donna says, "Cool music. Thank you." And we have greetings to Mike from Carl and Donna. And we have greetings from Mike back to Donna. And good morning, Mike Jimmy. Merry Christmas from Dawn. And Mike says, "I'm sorry, my Christmas dinner cooking in about an hour while Lowe's is taking her nap." Very nice. I hope you have a great Christmas dinner. Um, let us know in the comments what you're cooking. Make us a little jealous over here. Um, I'm actually kind of interested to know what a traditional Christmas dinner would be in your country. I don't know if it'd be different from what we do here in America. I know a lot of people tend to cook a ham or a roast beef. Some still do a turkey, which personally, after Thanksgiving, I've had enough turkey, so I'd rather have a ham or a roast beef. We're actually doing a lasagna tonight. So let us know in the comments if you're still here, Mike. I'd like to know what you're cooking up. And we have greetings to Dawn. And what a special holiday for you, Mike Jimmy, from Dawn. Yes, it is. And Carl says, "Such a kind man, Mike Jimmy. Let mommy rest." Yes. And Mike says, "Yep, if you told me I'd be married with a kid during last Christmas, I'd have laughed." It's amazing how quickly uh, things like that can change, and you know, have it change for the better. You know, you have a beautiful wife and family, sir, and I wish you the best on this Christmas day. And Don says, "Now you're a proud papa and hubby." And we have Richie here this morning. Good morning, brother. Hope you're doing well this Christmas morning, sir. Richie says, "Red, green, gradient logo. I figured it was Joe." If there's a gradient logo on one of Nick's ad banners, you can almost guarantee it's going to be me. When does April 1st fall this year? Oh, yes, excellent. Anyway, we won't talk about that plan now. And Mike says, at Carl, don't worry, I do the night shift for Aurora. I take care of my ladies. Nice. And we got greetings to Rich from Carl and a good morning and Merry Christmas to Rich from Donna. Greetings from Mike Jimmy. And Carl says, oh, that's so nice. Don says he finished putting together his ship as I closed the green and red room. The perfect timing. Very good. And Mike Jimmy says, as we're slowly getting the house unboxed, I really hope we'll find my digital drawing pen soon. I mishung on animation. Oh no! Is it a pen that is specific to that drawing pad? Or is it one that you bought and liked and is kind of like a universal? Don says 3 months to completely decompress for kitties, but still more time to learn patterns and make their own. And Don also says, I hope you find it sooner rather than later, Mike. Yes. And Donna says, yeah, Siamese can be very vocal and have very loud purrs. I miss that. And we got Mike saying, oh yeah, Siamese cats can be loud when they purr. My grandparents used to have a Siamese for the longest time. Yeah, and I've heard cats purr before, but it's almost like he can do it as like a circular breathing type thing. Because he'll purr on the inhale and exhale. And which I've never noticed with any other cats I've ever been around that have been purring. And his little purr machine goes so much that like his whole body is just vibrating. And Alec is here. Good morning and Merry Christmas, Alec. Hope you're doing well today, bud. Wow, my brain just totally shut down. Give me a second while this blue screen goes away. I had a line and it just went, nope. Good morning and Merry Christmas, Alec. I hope you're having a great day this morning. Thank you for stopping in. And Dawn says, oh yes, those sisters were drunk on power. And we have good morning and Merry Christmas to Alec from Dawn. And a greetings from Donna, Gut Yule. At least I think I said that right. And we have greetings and more greetings. And we have the Madness Comics Network. Good morning, Pops. I hope you're having a Merry Christmas as well, my friend. Pops Van Zandt of Madness Comic Network says Merry Christmas to all. Hope you're having a great day, Pops. Don't know if you have any of your shows going on your network today, but if you do, I will be sure to try and pop in and wish everybody a Merry Christmas. And Don says, speaking of one-star reviews, a potential author lost her publisher because she was false reviewing other authors. That is karma right there. If you're false reviewing other authors, I hope that the publisher drops you at that point. And we have greetings to Pops. And Carl says, wow, Don, not worth doing others dirty. Yeah. Don says, nope, just be the best version of yourself you can. Exactly. She says, I never pay attention to one-star reviews unless there are specifics. Yeah. Yeah, unless there's specifics written down, and not just like a couple lines, but, something with substance, something with, like kind of like how Carl said earlier, you need need to list on there X, Y, and Z as to why it was bad. So, Rich says reviews should include the why, always include a why. Exactly. And Pop says, read it yourself, do your own analysis of it, and then read something else. Reviews are opinions, usually from people whose opinions mean little to me. This is true. Reviews are opinions. And with that, we're going to run a quick ad here. And this is the ad we're going to run, since this is going to also be the next comment coming up.
Hi, bunnies. This is Robin Yoda, just wanting to let you know I have a Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/Robin Yoda. You can catch me there Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific playing Stardew Valley, Saturdays at 2 p.m. playing The Sims 4, and Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific playing a random game from my Game Pass library. You can also find me Mondays on my YouTube channel, Robin Yoda the Lilac Bunny. I hope to see you all there. Thanks for watching.
And with that, as I said, the next comment is from Robin Yoda, the Lilac Bunny. Merry Christmas, bunnies. Merry Christmas to you, Robin. Hope you're having a great day. And we have a Merry Christmas to Robin from Dawn. And Mike Jimmy says, Nick tends to bring a lot of energy to the show, but on the other hand, having someone a bit more mellow talking is a nice change. Thanks for the show, Joe. I try to bring the energy Nick has. I love the way Nick does this show. My thing is I'm not as well versed as some people here. So I do the best I can, but I like doing I don't know, I guess I just kind of talk more mellow to begin with. So Carl says, Christmas miracle, I just passed that kidney stone, much better now. I wondered what was wrong with me. Ouch! I wouldn't wish that on anybody any day of the week, especially Christmas. I mean, I guess I'm glad you passed it, but at the same time, no, you don't need that much pain on Christmas Day. Mike says, ouch, Carl, glad it got out. Those are painful, yeah. And Don says, oh dear, Carl, thank goodness. Pops is eating bacon and eggs right now. Very nice. Richie, we're supposed to do stromboli last night, but we were so tired we ordered pizza and making strombolis tonight. That works. That most definitely works. We've been eating a lot of the bird's eye voila single skillet dishes lately. They take about 20 minutes to cook, and the family size bag is perfect for the wife and I. Because kind of like with Hamburger Helper, according to them, I'm a family of 4 myself. But no, we've been doing like the single skillet pans, and they're actually pretty good. We did a chicken bacon ranch one last night that was good. This like cheeseburger mac one the other night. And there was one, it was actually, I believe, by P.F. Chang's. And, I need to... Sorry, I saw dust hanging off my computer and kind of wiped at it and realized that I need to take this thing outside and blow it out. Because that's just getting nasty. I think it was a P.F. Chang's. It was a lo mein noodle one that cooked up in like 20 minutes and was absolutely fantastic. And Mike says, while I'm cooking, beef steak, stuffed portobello mushrooms with goat cheese, black potatoes, and cauliflower to keep it somewhat healthy. I don't know what plane tickets cost, and I don't know if I'd get there in time, but I'm almost willing to try. That sounds delicious. Especially the stuffed portobello mushrooms. I am a sucker for mushrooms, especially stuffed mushrooms. you could actually keep everything else, I'd be totally happy with that, and I'd really be interested to try it with the goat cheese. That sounds really interesting. Dawn says we had cinnamon rolls for breakfast, leftover pizza for food today. Nothing wrong with that. No, nothing wrong with that at all. And Donna's greeting Rich. Rich saying it falls after March 31st. Yeah, thank you, Rich. That was to my when is April Fool's Day coming up. And Robin Yoda has favorite seasonal food. Ooh, I would have to say my favorite seasonal food, because I only cook it during Thanksgiving season, is green bean casserole. That is probably one of my favorite ones. As far as meats would go, my favorite seasonal meat would be ham around Christmas or New Year's. And then during the summer, burgers, Polish sausage, pretty much anything like that. But I would definitely say my favorite seasonal food would be green bean casserole. And Donna's greeting Robin, and Carl's greeting Robin. Sorry I missed you coming in. And Donna says Crab Ragoon getting some in just a couple hours. Yes. Yeah, there's a place not far from me here called New Hong Kong Chinese restaurant. It's not a buffet. It's actually a go in, sit down, and order. But it's a locally owned restaurant, and they have probably the best crab ragoons I've ever had. They make them there in-house, and they're not like the little ones that you see at the buffets that are all like, all nicely folded up and kind of scrunched up. These, it looks like they actually use like the egg roll wraps, and once they add the crab meat and everything, it's probably about that big around at the center, and they are so good. And we have greetings from Robin to Ms. Donna, and also to Carl. And Dawn says seasonal food. Let's see. Although I didn't get any this year, or is it Lefsey? Is it Lefsey that? Okay. I don't know why I'm trying to use the mouse to underline the word like you're actually going to see that, because I know you can't, but is Lefsey the seasonal food, or did you mean let's see? Carl says, sorry about the medical talk, didn't think that people might be trying to eat. Oops. That happens. Robin says, I'm guessing it's pronounced eucalyptus this year, or is it jukelage? Is the J kind of the longest J sound like Joe? Is it jukelage, or is it a more silent sound in eucalyptus? Pop says we have a FMC through at noon. Monday Madness Unboxing Christmas Challenge at 5, and Matt and Ron at 7, probably some late night Fallout tonight too. Very nice. If you save a gift to open later on the show, I'll send anyone a link. Already opened my gifts. My wife got me a cool little Game Boy mug that the screen changes as it heats up. I also got a nice variety pack of beef jerky, which I am a huge beef jerky fan, and this variety pack is amazing. There's only a couple out of there that I will end up giving away because I tried them the last time, and while they are good, holy cow, are they spicy. And when I say, like, holy cow, are they spicy, like, you eat one, you want a gallon of milk, and you are going to have no problems breathing for the next 3 weeks. But great flavor. And then the other thing she got me, which I got to assemble later, is a wooden desk phone box. It's a little wooden box that can hold my glasses, my phone, my watch, my chargers run up through it and everything. So I definitely look forward to getting that put together later. And Carl asked Robin, "What is jukelage?" It's a Christmas bread. Okay. Don says, "I never heard of either. What kind of bread?" Cardamom and candied fruit. Ooh. Oh, I bet that is good. I might have to look up a recipe for that. And Richie says, "Christmas pain is supposed to hit in January when you get the credit card bills." Yeah, that's the truth there. Don says, "Ooh, I'd try it." Robin says, "It's a very easy yeast bread." So my wife is more the baker of the family. Outside of the pies, I'm the one that gets to be in charge of doing pies and stuff, but she does all the bread baking, and she does some great the breads with, like, the filling in them, the fancy little, like, twist work. I cannot think of the name of it. With that, folks, we're going to go on a commercial break here in a second, right before we change topics again. And Don says, "By the way, Joey, wish Trey Merry Christmas from us." I will. She might be one of the 9 viewers stalking the background. Robin says, "I always spell it wrong. It's Yule cake." Okay. And Rich says, "Yule cake, this is not a green room. This is, yeah, this is, not the green room there, Richie." But, yeah, I know where your mind went with that, and I respect that. So let's play one more quick ad, and we got about 8 minutes left in the show. So, coming up on 7 minutes left in the show, actually. So let's play an ad, and we will be right back after this short message from Jody McPhee.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
All right, and we are back. Getting back into the comments here, Donna says, "The Royal Buffet here in town make really big crab ragoons." Nice. I love crab ragoons, and after having them in New Hong Kong, they kind of ruined me for, like, any of the buffets around here, because all the buffets around here have just those little tiny ones, little one-biters that you just kind of pop in your mouth like a Tic Tac and move on with your day. It's kind of sad, really. I wish the buffets around here had a decent crab ragoon. And we have Mr. Joe D. McPhee himself popping in. Morning, Joe B. Good morning, Joe D. I hope you're having a Merry Christmas, sir. And Robin's laughing at not the green room. And we have greetings and more greetings. And more greetings. Lefsa kind of like a potato tortilla. Ooh, okay. What, so if it's like a potato tortilla, is it used as a wrap, or is it more like a potato tortilla chip that you would dip in something? And Richie says, seasonal food, mom's dressing around Thanksgiving, and strombolis for Christmas. It was our family's Christmas Eve before presents. Yes. And Jody's wishing Merry Christmas to all. And Robin says, thanks for the great morning chat. I have to go cook. Yep. Luckily, I'm doing the frozen lasagna. We're doing Stofers. So all I got to do is pull it out of the box and slap it in the oven. I am not getting all fancy. I'm trying to do my own lasagna today. Dawn says I had to do the phonetic thing for my food too. Happy cooking, says Dawn. And I hope that everyone has a great day, and please leave a like on this video if you liked it. Yes, please like, share, definitely subscribe to both of Nick's channels, Nick Tockert here on YouTube, and also the Historical Fencing Guild here on YouTube. And Carl says, see some of you tonight on Joe's next broadcast. Yes, we will have the Burning is, or not the Burning is Love, Behind the Code tonight at, I set that for 7 or 6. I haven't set it at all yet. So that'll be tonight at 7 p.m. Central. Thought I had those set up already. I'm glad I looked, because I do not. So I'm going to go get those set up as soon as we're done here, and get those listed. And Dawn says, see you there, Carl. Joe D, great show. Too bad I missed the food talk. Yep. It wouldn't be a holiday show without some food talk here. And Dawn says, kind of a side, almost like a bread, eaten with a meal. By itself, butter and cinnamon/sugar sprinkled on it. Ooh, that does sound good. And we have Woke Breaker joining in. Good morning, Woke. Merry Christmas, bud. Hope you're having a great day. We're actually getting ready to wrap the show up here in a few minutes. Donna says, see everyone tonight or Wednesday. Yes, we will be on Behind the Code tonight, and The Burning is Love Wednesday night. Thank you all for popping in this morning. I know everybody's busy on the holidays, and it's great to see everybody on this Christmas morning, and I hope you all have a blessed holiday. So with that, I bid you all good day, and we will see you again tonight on Behind the Code. Have